entire time that we were away. Here he comes into the wrestling area right now, the handsome one, Jimmy Valiant.
Jimmy strolling in his street clothes.
Greeting the crowd. There he is, the boy from New York City. Well, he's climbing up on the apron. I guess maybe he's going to wrestle that way today. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, that shows you what he thinks of your chick Donovan in there.
He's got the same outfit on he had last week. Don't he have any money to buy anything? Get him out here wrestling.
There is no rule that says he can't wrestle in his street clothes.
Oh, there's no rule.
Well, the referee will take care of it. You just get up there. Will you get up there, Jimmy?
We'll have those clothes on when we get through with you.
Get out of here. Get up there.
All right, one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Hollywood, California, 228 pounds with his manager, Jimmy Hart, Golden Boy, Chick Donovan. Going against him, 239 pounds from New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant. One fall, 15-minute time limit, Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Handsome Jimmy. We're ready to start. Bell's down, but we're off and running, David.
Absolutely the first opportunity to get out of the ring. A little conference with Jimmy Hart down in the corner. Jimbo, handsome Jimmy from New York City, is up there waiting for him. Jimmy back onto the rope. Golden Boy with the knee to the midsection. Jimmy into the rope. Ducks under. Off the rope. Chick Donovan down to the mat, and he just kept rolling right on out of the ring. Jimmy Hart around there, and again, little conference.
Yeah, you would pick some nitty little thing like the fist to complain about. Whoa, big backdrop, Davey.
Yes, sir. Mr. Donovan hits the mat. Handsome. Using the right hand. No fist there. That was upper arm. And the Golden Boy on the mat. Jimmy picks him up. Slammed that head into the top turnbuckle. Look out, Dream Machine. The Dream Machine jumped in there, grabbing Jimmy. That's going to be it officially for the match. Now Hart up in the ring.
Obviously, Hart and the Dream Machine trying to protect the First Family's Chick Donovan as handsome Jimmy was starting to work on the Golden Boy. So here comes the Dream, and they'll lose it by disqualification.
Here comes Dundee and Rick Gibson.
How you like that?
Yeah, why can't you keep your men out of there? That's what I want to know, Hal.
Maybe next time he'll wear
He just disqualified Donovan. I know it comes as a big surprise to you in there as you have somebody intervene on it. And handsome Jimmy Valiant's going to be the winner on the day by disqualification.
Minute 20 was the time on it. Handsome had it together, and all of a sudden, there's the Dream Machine appearing.
Hanging away on him. Whip!
On the match, introducing, first of all, from parts unknown, 270 pounds with manager Jimmy Hart, the Dream Machine. And going against him from Nashville, Tennessee, 203 pounds, Rick Morton. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match.
But that isn't the first time, and the Dream snaps him off. He kicks the Dream back over, almost had him in a head scissors. The Dream kicks out of that particular one. Dream Machine. Back into Rick Morton, back up. What?
You know, he's lost without his daddy referee, and you know that.
Will you get out of here? Jimmy Hart making comments pertaining to...
Dave. Missed it bad. Missed the drop kick.
Dream. Big whip. Morton goes into it. Backdrop, and Ricky down as the Dream Machine. Misses an elbow. Morton a little bit too quick for him. Nice knee lift. Took him right up. Banged him down hard. It's hard.
Non-stop.
And gets under your nerves. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get Hart to come sit down at his chair as the Dream Machine takes a shot to the midsection again, and Rick Morton staying right with him. Rick Morton, who has in his own right put on some weight and looking very, very good, still retaining a lot of that speed that he has. That's a very important aspect of it. Referee warning the Dream about going with a shot to the throat. Whoa! There comes Handsome Jimmy.
Going to end that one by disqualification, too. Jimmy just getting even.
Yeah, I guess.
You weren't worried about that a little while ago.
Turnabout's fair play, I guess. Disqualification on Rick Morton because of the intervention of Handsome Jimmy. And while Jimmy won the first match of the day on the disqualification, the Dream wins this one on a disqualification. But I'm sure he feels a whale of a lot better and a little bit closer to being even with the Dream Machine after the earlier action in there, Davey.
No doubt about it. The time on that one was 2 minutes, 5 seconds when Jimmy in the chair hit the ring.
Okay, we got...
And it is going to end up being a handicap match here, as we've already heard from Rick Gibson. His brother Robert is not here. So Rick has said he will defend the belt himself against the Nightmare in Speed.
Look at him, the all-American hero, red, white, and blue. What a trooper he is. What a true spirit. Did he say that his mother was deaf and mute, right?
Yes, he did.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do for him, because you'll never be able to talk to him again, you punk, because I'll tell you what, boys, hey, I want you to break his fingers where he can't talk to his mother. You understand me? Rip that tongue out. We're going to fix it where he can't talk to that old bag anymore.
Jimmy,
look at him, man.
Get up.
What do you want, Lance?
Go get in the corner.
Make me go.
All right, I'll get the referee out there. He'll make you go.
Bring him down. I'm not this big.
Get him over there, will you?
I can sit where I want to sit, man.
No, you can't. You better
You stay right there.
Get out of
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. This is a championship
This is a championship match.
baby.
Southern Tag titles on the line.
That shows how illiterate and stupid the people in this town really are. You see that?
Come on, Jimmy. All right, challenging for the belt, the total weight of 418 pounds, with Jimmy Hart, their manager, the Nightmare, and Speed. And defending the Southern Tag Championship belts by himself at 229 pounds, Rick Gibson. This match will be one fall, 60-minute time limit. One fall, a 60-minute time limit. If the match is still continuing when we have to leave the air, we'll continue taping and show you the result of it next week. But 1 hour, the overall time limit on this one fall championship match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Distinctly a possibility, too, Dave, because Rick Gibson made no bones about it due to the unfortunate situation it required Robert to be back home.
The hair, just right there, Dave. Yeah, you just saw that. Did you tell the people?
I didn't look like hair to me.
Wake up, man. I'm going to give you some no-dos. Wake up, do something.
Will you please go sit down, Jimmy, and leave us alone over here? Rick has already made the comment that all he has to do is last out the time. He does not have to beat the Nightmare in
exactly
Speed.
what he's going to try to do, man.
Yeah, he didn't make any bones
He's
about
not a real
Certainly, he's forced into a match where he can't have his brother here. His brother has to be out of town, and you know the reason why.
Look at him right there, baby.
Well, he looked pretty much like it right at that moment.
Come on. You can get him.
The Nightmare in with Rick Gibson right now. Rick, a really fine athlete, takes him. He didn't pull a mask. He grabbed him and took him over with the arm. Nightmare banged down as Rick Gibson hanging in there tough with him, too. Of course, this is in the early stages of the match.
All right.
And, of course, course, the advantage is going to be with the team of the Nightmare and Speed, as they will be able to tag in and out. Rick is going to have to stay in there the entire time.
There you go, baby. Take your time. Just take your time. You know, I think we're going to work on this for about 58 minutes, and we're going to take the belt. Come on, baby. That's all right. Take your time. Looking good.
He was forced into a decision of either to forfeit the belt or go in there by himself, and Rick had no intention of forfeiting something that had taken him that long to get.
See what I'm telling you? Pull the ponytail. Come on, man. Let's go. You got him.
Rick Gibson
Look, he's scared to death.
facing
Look
the
at him.
Nightmare.
Scared to death.
Boy, Jimmy, I could do without you talking in my ear all day
Well, why don't you
long.
take about a 5-month vacation around here and life would be a lot better.
Yeah, you may be taking a vacation longer than that, too. Rick puts his shoulder in, takes the Nightmare down. Beauty. Nailed him on a reversal. Beautiful. Look at that hip toss. Picks him up. Body slam on the Nightmare. Takes Speed and puts him down. Boy's not doing too well.
Come on.
Speed out of the ring. The Nightmare. Oh, Ricky missed the drop kick. Bad news. He had fired him in, but the Nightmare did have presence of mind enough in order to grab the rope, and Rick missed it. Speed hanging him as the referee trying to get Hart in his chair, which will be the first time in this match. And something up in the headgear.
Yes, yeah.
Nightmare laid the head to him, knocked him down.
In my entire life in professional wrestling.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. You guys could use a little rules ethics. It's Rick Gibson down on the floor. He had something in his mask, Jimmy. I'm not blind.
Come on, baby. That's it. Come on.
Rick Gibson climbing back up into the ring. And the Nightmare coming after him.
Come on, you got him, baby. Come on.
It's bad enough that it's 2-on-1, but they had to pull something like that. Rick,
Break his fingers. I want a finger. Come on. Yes.
where he was butted with something in the mask of the Nightmare. He's bleeding profusely.
Look at him. Look at him. Boy, he is so
Speed takes over.
American hero. Look at him.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Stay on him, baby. Stay on him.
Gibson whipped into the ropes, backdrop, and he's down in the center of the ring. Rick Gibson in real trouble, all brought about by the Nightmare in that headbutt, but which we think there distinctly was something in the mask.
You got the heavyweight champion for me. Come on, you got him. Come on. Beautiful.
Referee Jerry Calhoun telling him to get out of the hair. Rick takes the elbow down. They busted his eye open, but good. Speed and the Nightmare taking turns, banging away on Rick. As Speed again, hammering away. As the referee saying open the fist up.
Come on, get
Talking about fist a little bit earlier. Rick Gibson trying to fight his way back. Referee Jerry Calhoun knocked down, and that... Get away from there, Jimmy. Get out of here. The referee calls for it, and I'll tell you one thing, Dave. Gibson, I can only say that he did what he had to do. And there goes Rick, thrown right over the top rope. He's down on the floor, hit it hard. It's going to be a disqualification. They're pile driving. Nightmare and Speed put referee Calhoun down. Jimmy Hart, of course, taking advantage after somebody else hurt the referee, as he always does. I'll tell you what. Even though it's after the match, if I had anything to do with it, he'd get a fine and a suspension. Here comes promoter Eddie Marlin. Robert Gibson covered with blood. Rick Gibson. I mean, here comes Dundee. Here comes Steve Jerry Calhoun.
No doubt about it.
Officially, Dave, let's recap now on what happened officially.
All right, officially, when Rick hit the referee, he was disqualified by referee Jerry Calhoun. So Rick is going to lose the match by disqualification, but the Gibsons are going to retain the Southern tag belts because the belts cannot change hands on the disqualification.
Yeah,
so the Gibsons keep them.
Jimmy Hart probably was right, as he officially said that Rick did it on purpose, and
good belt.
You still keep the belts, you betcha. Rick. Okay, by golly, I'll tell you what. We said championship wrestling, and we got championship wrestling. Davey, we had the opportunity to see a match between the Mid-America heavyweight champion Steve Keirn and challenger Dutch Mantell. Now, there's no question about it that both of these guys are great athletes. The entire match was too long, as a matter of fact. The whole thing went 20 minutes and 35 seconds, and there's too much of it for us to be able to show the entire thing. But I do want to say that these guys started out in a classic great wrestling match. Neither one given a thing. Both of them really going at each other in such great fashion. Unfortunately, as will sometimes happen, the tempers get flaring a little bit because this is a rough business, and there was no exception in the Keirn-Mantell situation. Let's take a look now as we join the match already in progress. And they're back on their feet. Oh, boy. They still got 45 minutes to go. I'll guarantee you, there is no way in the world at this point it's going to go 45 more minutes. Somebody is going to totally lose it out, and the referee is in no mood to put up with any foolishness. Oh, he fooled him. He thought he was going for a front face lock, dropped it and nailed him again. Staggers Keirn. Center of the ring, Mantell takes one himself. Keirn comes back. Takes him over the shoulder. Reverse face lock on him. He's got it up on the chin as he chin locks him, shortens it up. And I've told you, either one of them capable of doing whatever is necessary. They don't make it a practice. But that doesn't mean that they can't. And I'm afraid the tempers are getting away. Sunset flip. Keirn holds, but he can't get him but one. Look at Dutch. He missed a drop kick. Keirn back. On his back. Mantell drops in with a lower leg. Looked like it may have been a knee. The referee didn't call him for it, though. And the referee now warns him to watch the knee and make sure it's the lower leg. He dropped that time. More with a lower leg. He goes for a cover. Keirn doesn't even get a one count. We're coming up at the 18-minute mark. Mantell slams him down on the canvas. The Dutchman dropped with the elbow, perfectly legal. Didn't get him with the elbow point, the upper arm, and Keirn now hurt. Steve, with his tremendous physical condition, has such great control on the mat. You see it, boy. He takes a lot of pinning to get this man down. Keirn's mouth may be bleeding, as Mantell could have racked him with those elbows. Mantell buries a head at him, puts him down, gets a one count. Referee Thomas Barlin watching just as close as you can possibly watch a match. He sees Mantell getting a little close to those old Mantell ways. Steve Keirn caught by Mantell. He's trying to get that sleeper solid on the side of the neck, but I don't believe Keirn is going to let him stay with it. Keirn rams him into the turnbuckle, almost took the ring down, and look at Mantell. Plants a knee and again lifts him. Mantell at this point reversed. He goes behind on an abdominal stretch. Keirn can't get his foot all the way around. Mantell won't give it yet. Keirn has his shoulder bent up. Steve Keirn hooks his hands to put more pressure. Mantell trying to slide out of it. He will not give it up as the referee. Steve can't make it go. Mantell pushes him to the ropes, and that's going to get a break. Whoop. Steve Keirn on a beautiful abdominal stretch, but Mantell, smart move, dropped as low as he could, and now they start. Uh-oh. The skins are popping as they're getting hot. Look at Keirn, grabs him by the hair. Referee Thomas Marlin trying to get in between them at the 20 minutes mark. 40 minutes to go. Mantell and Keirn. Marlin back up. They are swinging, banging at each other. Thomas Marlin trying to fight his way in between. The tempers have flipped. Forget it. Marlin thrown out of there. That could be. He's stopping it. We're going to have to find out what it is. Is he disqualifying Keirn or Mantell? Or is he stopping the match? Mantell and Keirn, the crowd hot because he stopped it. Dundee, the Gibsons, and Steve and Dutch. Well, you say, boy, it's a shame these two guys let it get away like that, but man, with intensity like that, with Dundee talking to Keirn. The referee stops the match at 20 minutes and 35 seconds. Dutch Mantell feels cheated. He goes back after Keirn. Mantell was saying, Gibson, well, I won't repeat what he was saying. He thought he had Keirn, and he was close. Oh, boy, was he close to having that title. Steve Keirn pulled away by the referee and Bill Dundee, and Gibson's trying, and there goes Keirn. I told you, he doesn't take anything from anybody. Mantell and Keirn starting to brawl. Mantell won't let him go, and Keirn doesn't want to let go. Here comes Dutch again. Eddie Marlin going up. He's going to have a hard time getting the attention of either one of these guys. Dundee and the Gibsons can't get them apart. Dutch right back in. Robert Gibson got him back a little way. Now they're down on the mat in there with Dundee and the Gibsons. Thomas Marlin. Here comes Eddie Gilbert and Rick Morton. And the crowd a little irritated because they wanted to see him go at it. But, well, a great wrestling match, no doubt. They let the tempers go, and now they really are just muscling them apart. But it was stopped at 20 minutes and 35 seconds. The Gibsons and Eddie Marlin trying to pull Keirn away, and Dundee gets Mantell out. I'll tell you, neither one of these guys, they wouldn't back up from a fleet of grizzly bears. Keirn gets the title back, and that just makes Mantell that much hotter. Yeah, I know we've had a lot of conversation since that particular bout. A lot of folks irritated about it being stopped, but it had to be stopped. Referee Thomas Marlin, assigned to that match, did exactly the right thing.
Onita with a foot high.
Hey, here comes Roy.
Yeah. He's battling back. He's near the corner, but he goes for the cover. One. Count of one is all he gets. Onita breaks it at that point. Back near the tag. He got it. Dundee at the 5-minute mark into the ring. Upper arm cover by Bill. 2, 3. He got it. Bill Dundee got the shoulders down and the count of 3, and it is all over in 5 minutes, 12 seconds of action. The Japanese team defeated. Tojo Yamamoto jumps in there. Oh, he is not happy.
Coming out of
Lecture time. Look at that. Whoa, he's chewing out Onita. Hops him.
Yamamoto busting his boys around. treating them severe in there as they ended up getting pinned. And Onita and Fuchi go down to the team of Dundee and Roy Rogers.
They say
Tojo burning.
They say Bear Bryant's a tough coach. I'd sure rather play for Bear than work for Tojo, I think.
I'll tell you what. Joy Boy himself.
Listen to the people, they love him. The first family all the way.
Look like Bozo the Clown with that fly on.
You know, this tie's like the Gibson sisters, man. You know, they make me sick. I am so sick. I'm sitting back here in the back, and I said, you better come out here and liven this thing up, man, because they're putting me to sleep back there. I had to take no dose. They sit out there crying each week going, well, my mommy was sick, and we had to call her on the phone to tell her that her little boy... You know what? That is a joke. If their mother's a deaf mute, how can they talk to her in the first place? Well, Mommy, come here, boys. Let's send this Mommy a message. Mommy, we love you. We love you, Mommy. Oh, that's a joke, man. That's a complete joke. Let me tell you something, Gibson. You're telling us one thing, and you know what it is? You're telling us that your mother means more to you than those belts. Does your mother mean more to you than those belts, man?
No,
what about you, baby? How about your old man? That's right, the belts are number one, you idiot. But let me tell you something. The Gibsons, who cares? We're going to beat your brains out every time we see you, punks. But you know what I want to talk about? I want to thank you, Russell. You know what I want to thank you about? I want to thank you for showing that replay of me tearing Jerry Calhoun's head off. What's poor old Lawler going to do now that he's back without his special little referee, Jerry Calhoun, man? Boy, I gave him the left, the right, the left, the right. It's over, man. The first family of professional wrestling is the greatest thing to ever happen. I'm just glad that he finally came out of the closet, man, because everybody knows that Calhoun and Lawler are a little... Oh, listen, a little...
I noticed you were waiting around or something.
Mr. Russell,
come on, give us a break.
I want you to fix me a match again with this punk and this midget Bill Dundee. My boys humiliate me by losing the match with these punks and Bill Dundee.
We can't have another match now. Don't come out.
Please, you take me. You can fix the match up for me.
I understand you got $300 for the match, but we can't have the match.
$300, Tojo, is that all the money you got, man? That's a joke. $300, you can't even get to Tupelo, Mississippi on $300 anymore. No?
Shut your mouth, you understand?
Oh, look at that. Come on, man. Tell me what you want to talk about. You humiliate these guys. Look at these. These are great Japanese wrestlers, man. Y'all guys need to be with the first family. I told you that when you first got here. Man, you're overweight, out of shape, and out of date, man. You're a fool for coming out here. I'm the number one manager. You understand? Why am I number 4 then if you're number 1? I'm number 4 in the world.
Number 4, I'm number 1.
Oh, you ain't nothing, man. You're fat.
Hey, come on, Tojo. All right, let's get out. Just get that stuff out of here.
Oh, hit my collarbone. I'll kill you over.
All right.
You're going to have a heart attack. You'll have a heart attack and die.
Both of you.
Look, you want to pull me off.
I know. Just take it on. Take it on out of here. Now, listen. Hey, come on, you guys. Now, just get on out of here. And, Tojo, you can get...
You fix me up with the match.
Hey, listen, go back and talk to Eddie Marlin. He's the one you talk to about a match. Don't stand out here talking to me and come out here and busting people in the middle of the show. You want to get a match, you go... Well, let's go back to Dave. Hart, you've been out here running all day long.
Let me tell you something right now. That's the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me in my life, seeing some little pew like that come out and try to take my job away from me. Let me tell you something, Jerry Calhoun, Mr. Hairspray Head. If you've got any guts in your body, if you are a man, you get up in that ring with me right now. You punks, get out of the ring. Get out of the ring, cowboy duo. Get out of the ring. Come out here, you little sissy. Oh, I ain't giving you nothing. I'd like to give you something. I promise you, Lawler, you open your big fat mouth. Let me tell you something, buddy. Calhoun, I'm going to promise you right now, you'll think that chain baby is an all-day sucker because I'm going to cram it down your throat. You understand that? Get out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get your boy. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you, you're going to end up getting yours.
Get him out.
Jimmy Hart, instead of bringing his Southern Tag champs, Stan Lane and Sweet Brown Sugar out here, he's hollering for, will you get out of here and then just go on? Hart all stripped that's not his style. That might be one-on-one instead of having somebody in there to hurt an opponent so he can get an opportunity to jump him after he's already been hurt. And that's exactly the kind of thing. Jerry Lawler across the way with Jerry Calhoun. Calhoun.
He's holding him back.
Yeah, he's got his shirt off, too. Jerry Lawler giving him a little last-minute instructions, but as Calhoun, typical, when he jumps in the ring, Hart gets him before he ever gets in. Stan Lane, Brown Sugar. As Lawler trying to get in there, and look at now, there's the Hart.
That's Jimmy
that
Hart.
we know. Brown Sugar holding him, Hart pounding on him, while Stan Lane keeps Lawler out of the ring. Now it's 2-on-1 again, Calhoun. And there goes Lawler. He nails Coco. Look at Calhoun tackle Hart.
He's sure did. Pulled him out of the ring.
There goes Hart running. Referee signified, go ahead and ring the bell. They ain't trying. Okay, we're standing here at least with one half of the challenge in. I've got the money over here. Tojo's $300. Referee Paul Morton is there. Roy Rogers, Bill Dundee, and we're waiting now on Onita and Fuchi Yamamoto coming out without. Tojo, it's time for the challenge match out here now.
Russell, look like somebody being kidnapped my boys. I telephoned my apartment. I telephoned the motel. I don't see the car. I don't see the car no place. I tell you what, conspiracy, conspiracy is going on.
Yeah, you mean they kidnapped your boys. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's right.
Yeah. I don't care how it is. Last week you made the deal with Eddie Marlin. Your 300, which we have right here, goes in the challenge match where Onita and Fuchi have to beat Dundee and Rogers. And if they don't show, you better think again. They don't show, you lose the money anyhow.
No. I wrestle. No.
Yeah. You remember a couple of weeks ago? Same thing. You said they weren't here, and all of a sudden they come jump in there on your match.
No. I wrestle. No, sir.
The match is scheduled with Onita and Fuchi. They got to beat Dundee and Rogers, and if they don't do it, you lose the money.
No,
That's
sir,
exactly
no,
what it is.
Mr. Wrestler, no way.
Here's the money, Paul.
I wrestle.
No, you're not going to wrestle. You pull that on us one time. You better get them out here right now if you're going to have any of this money left, or at least have a chance for it.
Well, I told you already.
No. Paul, okay. Yep. We'll ring the bell. That's what the deal was. It was made.
There's no fool like an old fool, you old man. Guess who has just signed Onita and Masa Fuchi up, fat boy? Jimmy Hart. And they're in Las Vegas, you old heart attack victim. How do you like that, buzzard breath?
Okay, come on. Hey, come on. Come on now. Get out of here. Take a look at some of the highlight action that took place in that. Now they're back in the ring. Jimmy going after him. Ooh, big elbow right in the mouth. The Big Dream kicks his way out. He's back on his feet. Valiant on him. Referee gets Jimmy back. He was in choking him in the corner. And the Dream Machine nails. And that's going to be it. A new Southern heavyweight champ, the Dream Machine. And 8:37's going to win it. The Dutch Mantell is down to the ring. He's saying the Dream had a chain that Hart gave him. Dutch Mantell going after him. Hart nails Mantell in the back, and here comes the Dutchman after Hart. Yeah, exactly. On a recap, in the event that you didn't gather that, is we missed a little bit of it on the video there, because while they were in the corner, and I was sitting right down to the left of that corner right there, the Dream Machine got a chain from Jimmy Hart. This is exactly the way that I saw the thing. The Dutchman saw it exactly that way, too. Bang. New Southern Heavyweight Champ, the Dream Machine.
Lawler will be in here in just a moment, as will the Golden Boy, Chick Donovan, as we're set to go with another match, which it will be a single match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Here comes the Golden Boy, Chick Donovan. Jimmy Hart going to be in his corner.
You know, it's like the New Year, baby. You're looking at the old and new right now. The new Super Chick Donovan, baby. The old gray hair ain't what you used to be, Lawler. Look at that little pencil geek over there.
Well,
look at Calhoun, baby.
Lawler and Lawler and
running that mouth nonstop.
Lawler has Jerry Calhoun, his new special manager, with him, too. We're just about ready to go. One fall, 15-minute time limit. From Hollywood, California, 228 pounds. With his manager.
Tries to imitate me, but nobody, Calhoun, will ever duplicate me, brother. You can do anything you want to do, but it just ain't happening. Look at him, Mr. Hairspray. I love it. I love it.
He'll never duplicate you because he doesn't run his mouth off as much as Jimmy Hart does. Lawler sending Calhoun after Hart. And Jerry Calhoun runs hard right. I noticed Hart didn't stick around too long. Calhoun's still chasing him down the block, I believe. All right, Davey, maybe we can get it.
All right, it's Donovan from Hollywood at 228 pounds against, from Memphis, Tennessee, 232 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Paul Morton.
Woogie! As soon as Golden Boy Chick Donovan gets the cape off, we're going to be ready to go in there. Hey, it's not our fault he ran away. He just took off. Donovan complaining that he doesn't have his manager. Lawler's got his, and so now we are ready for action, Davey.
Donovan against Lawler. Jerry Calhoun is over in Lawler's corner. Hart run out of here by Calhoun and has not returned. Lawler backed into a corner by the Golden Boy. Referee Paul Morton here calling for the break. Whoa, Donovan nailed Lawler with a right fist. Back in the corner after the referee had called for the break. Lawler backed into his own corner. Donovan swings that right fist again. Got Lawler off his feet. And Donovan out of the ring now, down onto the floor. Oh, he is asking for trouble, let me tell you. Nailed the King twice in the corner with a fist. Paul Morton told him to count. It's a count of 7. Donovan is back in the ring. 1 minute gone. Donovan wraps the left arm. That twist on it. Pressure on the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder. All 3 of those joints in there. Donovan, a little extra pressure on the shoulder. And a little pressure on the back of the hair, too, as he yanked the hair, pulled Lawler down to the mat. Donovan, no, sir, I did not pull hair, he tells referee Paul Morton. Minute and a half gone in a one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Lawler got the right fist, doubled up. Was the hair pull again? I think so. Oh, Lawler on the mat. Donovan working on the left arm. Referee Paul Morton makes Donovan break the hold. He was grabbing the ropes, going to get a little extra downward pressure, but he had to break it. Takes Lawler over to the rope, wraps the left arm around the top rope. Lawler got that right fist. He wants to throw it. Pulling by Donovan, and Lawler on the mat again. to the left arm. Lawler, shoulder into the turnbuckle. 3 minutes gone in this match. Boy, Donovan has just worked that left arm throughout the match so far. Able to keep Lawler pretty well tied up with it. That combined with a hair pulling a couple of times and the fist a couple of times. It's pretty much been Donovan so far. Hits the shoulder butt off the rope. Let's Donovan go by. Rolls it down. Mr. Donovan hits on his back hard. The haymaker misses. Lawler misses him with the left. Another one. Back to the rope. The right hand. Donovan hits the mat. Heads back to his corner and says, wait a minute, time out. Referee Paul Morton asking Jerry not to use the fist. Not too stern about it because he has watched Donovan do it earlier in the match. 4 minutes gone now. 4 minutes gone in this 15-minute time limit match. Golden Boy and the King. Here, the center of the ring. Interlocking fingers. Classic test of strength. Away from it, and Lawler nailed him with a right fist.
He'll equalize an awful lot of that muscle building strength, and he got him right in the chop.
He put it right on the jawbone, no doubt about it. 5 minutes gone. 5 gone. 10 minutes to wrestle. Lawler backed into the corner by Donovan. With the right forearm. Upper arm by Donovan as Lawler's coming off the ropes. Donovan drops with the upper arm. Count of 1, 2. Jerry Calhoun shouting, kick out. That's what Lawler did. Kicked out at the count of 2. Donovan with the feet kicking Lawler in the back. Lawler's head into the turnbuckle. Boy, Donovan has controlled this match.
Chick has been wrestling his way back since that knee was hurt, Dave. And he's getting back in much better shape than he was.
Lawler on the mat. Donovan spins on the toe hold. Donovan go to that top rope. Extra downward pressure he's able to get that way. Lawler hanging in there. He has not given it up. Donovan trying for the submission on Lawler. Oh, he wraps it up again. Great call for by the referee. Caught Donovan with his hand on that top rope. 6 minutes, 50 seconds gone. So we are very near the 7-minute mark. Donovan. Oh, right hand. He nails Lawler. The shoulder strap came down, and here comes the King. With the right hand, pounding Chick Donovan. Donovan laying there, center of the ring. Oh, off the middle rope, Lawler misses. Ooh.
He pounded nothing but mat that time, Dave.
And hard he did, too. Yes, sir. Donovan had moved in the last moment. There he goes. 1, 2, 3, Lawler. the King comes away with a win. After, frankly, being in trouble for a good part of the match, not in serious trouble maybe, but the tempo of the match was being controlled by Donovan throughout. 7 minutes, 40 seconds, and Lawler wraps it up with a victory over the Golden Boy. As the King, Jerry Lawler, had a score to settle with Cocoa Ware, now known as Sweet Brown Sugar. Let's take a look at it.
Sweet Brown Sugar / Cocoa Ware. He's the one that Lawler blames for his downfall, as he aided the Dream Machine in defeating Lawler in a loser leave town match. In Lawler's corner tonight, Jerry Calhoun. Brown Sugar being whipped into the ropes. He slips on a backdrop, lands on his feet, and tells Lawler he's a pretty handy guy. Brown Sugar just showing him how fast he is, and he is fast. Brown Sugar trying to taunt Lawler, and that's some of that souped-up ego that Hart has the ability to drill into the wrestling members of the first family. Lawler takes him across, and again, Brown Sugar, being thrown up in the air on a backdrop, comes down on his feet, unscathed by the move by Jerry Lawler. Whoa! And he really zinged Lawler in the corner with that one. Well, maybe it's like they say about putting in golf. Half of this thing may be mental. Lawler now ties him into the ropes, whips him in. And again, Brown Sugar spins in midair. And as he's prancing, Lawler nails him with the right hand. And now he goes to work on Lawler, using that fist that he was complaining about. Jerry's knees buckled on him, hit the deck, fired across the ring. Big drop kick. Well, you can't take that away from him, whether you like Cocoa on his new Sweet Brown Sugar attire or not. He has got one of the best drop kicks in professional wrestling. Powerful legs. And he is rattling Jerry Lawler, I think much to the amazement of not only the people in the Coliseum in Memphis, but also to Lawler. Down again goes the King. Headbutt. And again, this time Lawler hits it. Well, one of the patented Lawler moves, which Hart probably learned from Lawler and taught to Brown Sugar, up on that deck and zero in with that right hand. Lawler being ripped pretty good, I'll tell you. And again, the King takes a shot from that right hand. And there, another of the Lawler moves. Hart, I would not have any hesitation to venture the point that Hart has taught Brown Sugar everything that he learned in all the years that he was close with Lawler. And he's using them on him to try to humiliate him. Lawler absorbs two more rights, but he whips down that from top in that familiar mode. And he's saying you can only bang a man so hard, and if you can't put him away, you better go do something else. Brown Sugar being banged around and tossed by the King. Count of 2. Lawler pulls him up. He didn't want it over with. If he could have pinned him, he wasn't going to take a chance. And the crowd loving that. Lawler wants to give back some of that shellac that he had put on him. And he's doing a pretty healthy job of it right now. Here comes Jerry Calhoun after Hart. Hart was jumping on the ring apron. Calhoun knocked him right down on the floor, grabs the Hart stick, and Lawler says, go get him. I don't know whether they counted him out or not. I don't think so. Lawler slips down behind Hart. Calhoun plunges at him with that stick. Lawler. Backdrop. Brown Sugar, who had pulled a chain out, I'm sure. Hart and Calhoun, we can't see. I don't know whether our cameras can or not. Here comes Stan Lane, the newest member of the First Family, in behind Lawler. Nails him. Calhoun working on Hart. Brown Sugar grabs him. And the referee says, let's stop this. I think Lawler will be declared the winner by disqualification. Brown Sugar drop kicks Stan Lane by accident. Lawler swinging back. Calhoun and Hart flailing at each other, with Calhoun doing most of the flailing right now. There goes Hart out of the ring. I am dealt. Started out right from the bell, and that is atypical of Jerry Lawler, as he really is usually a slow starter. Pat coming up off the deck. Lawler mauls him over the shoulder, drops down. I think he's taken out his anger on Jimmy Hart and the First Family on poor Pat, as he started 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be it. So it didn't take very long, 47 seconds as a matter of fact, for Lawler to come out victorious over Pat. And as I said, he, I believe, is probably wearing out some of the irritation that he has against the First Family on Pat or anybody else that he gets into. Oh, coming out right now, jumping into the ring, Killer Karl Krupp, who is back with the First Family, and he is slamming Lawler down, just pounding him with that trash can. Jimmy Hart out there as Killer. Oh, wow, he is. Come on, hey. Hart, you better get him out of there now. Here comes Rick Morton, Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Calhoun out. Rick grabs that trash can. Big Killer Karl from Germany, who is back with the First Family. And Hart and Killer Karl go out, but Lawler has been absolutely slammed down through that. He had won the match with Pat Hutchinson, and then out came Killer Karl, who is back with the First.
Okay, this may turn out to be one of our more pleasant championship wrestling programs in a long time, Dave, because incident happened during the week where Jimmy Hart ended up receiving a pile driver, as you know. Jimmy laid up, and we just may be able to get by one day without having to listen to that now.
Yeah. Fantastic, wasn't it?
I thought maybe you folks might be interested in the highlights of it. Let's take a look at the action that involved Tojo Yamamoto, Jerry Lawler, with the Cuban Assassins and Jimmy Hart.
Tags Tojo. 15 minutes. We're a quarter of the way through the time limit on the match. Yamamoto in with Ali Hassan, whips him in. Goes for that abdominal grab. Here comes Jimmy Hart. That'll be a disqualification. Yamamoto and Lawler will win. Lawler nails Hart hard. Picks Jimmy up. Slams him with a pile driver down into the mat. And Jimmy Hart rattled hard.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't condone it. It is illegal. There is no question about that. But I just got to say that sooner or later you end up fed right up to here. Oh, no. He is, in fact, here.
Well, I take no joy in the fact that that Hart is laid up in a wheelchair in here, but you got to say this. Sometimes it's brought on by your own actions in there. I would just have to say that.
You know what? It's a sad day in professional wrestling when a man of my credibility and character is humiliated by having to be in a wheelchair. You know, a lot of famous people wrestle have been in wheelchairs. Governor George Wallace of Alabama, and he still carried on his business. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the President of the United States, was in a wheelchair, but he still carried on. But I wanted to prove a point to you people out here how sick, by them laughing at me coming in here, how sick you really are. Because let me tell you what, baby, that's how sick you are. And I wanted to prove my point to the world, man. You're sick and you need help. You need help. Everybody needs help out in this place. Let me tell you something, man. Lawler, where was the promotion? Where was Eddie Marlin when Lawler gave me a pile driver, which is illegal? You know where he was? He was in the back laying down because, like everybody else, he wants to see me out of professional wrestling.
You're bogus.
Well, let me tell you something. You're as bogus as that big nose of yours, too, brother. But let me tell you this right now, baby. Lawler, this is the Super Destroyer, baby, and I want you to meet him. 6'6". 360 pounds. You understand that? Well, maybe it's going to be hard to get through your thick brain of yours like these people over here. But let me tell you something, baby. Look at this man. Isn't he gorgeous?
Yeah, I see him. I've seen him before.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, and I want you to listen. I want you to listen closely. The Super Destroyer, I say, how many times have I stood out here, Russell, and told you, Russell, I have found the greatest professional athlete in the world.
If I could count them up, about 9,570 times. Every time you bring somebody out here, you
all right. How many times have I stood out here and told you that I have found the greatest athlete in the world?
Every time you come out here, they're always the greatest athlete in the world.
All right. How many times have I told you that I've found the man that I know that can defeat Jerry Lawler?
Yeah, the same number of times. You say the same thing about it every time you come out here.
Well, brother, it stops here. The buck stops here because I have found the man that I know that can beat Jerry Lawler. This man I know can defeat you, Lawler. I know you're back there listening somewhere, but I've got a deal for you, brother. Super D, go to the ring, baby. Go to the ring right now.
Hey, wait a minute,
now, I
Jimmy.
want to prove my point. Now, listen. I want to prove my point to the people over here that Lawler is a jerk, that Lawler is a loser, and I'm going to expose him for the jerk that he really is. Lawler, I say that you don't have enough guts, baby, to crawl in the ring with this man live on TV right now.
Big deal. You know he's got an 8-man tag match coming up later on that he'll be involved, both of them.
Okay, an 8-man tag. Well, that's great. Well, I'm telling you right now, I say that you don't have enough guts. He's not coming out here, is he? Where are you, Jerry? I'm saying come out of here right now. Forget the 8-man tag. Come out of here right now and step in the ring with the Super Destroyer, the greatest professional athlete in the world.
What do you got?
Is he coming out?
19 of your first family waiting out in the hall to come in and jump in when he comes in.
No, baby. I give you my word. I give you my word, my oath right now, my bond that nobody will come in. And I'll make this deal for you, Lawler. He's not coming out. If you crawl in the ring with him right now, if this man cannot beat you today on TV, if he cannot defeat you in 15 minutes, well, then I'll give you my word. Nobody will interfere, and I'll crawl in the ring with you today live on TV, baby. And that's why I'm wearing my wrestling gear, brother. Right now, Lawler, I say you don't have enough guts to come out here and accept the offer.
You are making the stipulation that he has got to beat Lawler in in there.
That's right, baby.
If he doesn't beat him in the time limit, if Lawler beats him, Lawler gets a shot at you right in that
And
ring.
I'll crawl in the ring today with no interference at all. I will get in the ring if Lawler defeats this man, and I'll fight Jerry Lawler today on TV.
And you're not
I'll say you're a
chicken
gutless
out.
wonder. He is a gutless wonder. I've never chickened out of anything in my life. Oh, boy, really?
Just beware, Jerry, beware. You know, any guy that would come out here in a wheelchair like that, watch out for him.
I just want one thing understood. This sounds fine to me, Hart. I want to understand one thing. If I beat him, or if I win the match, then I get a match with you, right?
Right here, baby.
Okay, all right. What that means is, Lance, I want you to understand this. If any of those little cronies of his in the first family come in, he gets disqualified and I win the match, right? You understand
That's
it?
right.
Anybody interferes, he's disqualified and I win, then I get the match with you.
I give you my word.
Oh, you know what your word means, don't you?
My word.
That's fine. You
Okay.
just keep him out here at the desk, and as soon as I get through with him, slide him right
Get
up.
in the ring, big man. Get in the ring.
Okay, okay.
Get him. Look at him.
Hart, I'm telling you, you've made the conversation. You better live up to what you said in there.
I've done everything I've ever said I'd do in my
Yeah. Oh, boy, you sure have. Yeah. Okay. Oh, great. I'm sorry about that. Let me run over it again. Now, Hart is the one that made the challenge. The Super Destroyer must beat Lawler. If Lawler goes through to the time, or he beats him, or if any of the first family interfere, Lawler wins by disqualification. Hart goes into the ring with Lawler right there, Davey.
All right. Lawler and the Super Destroyer. Special added match here. Challenge match. Whoa, Super Destroyer. Shoved Lawler down to the mat. Lawler quickly back up on his feet. Jimmy Hart down in the corner. Taunting Lawler. Lawler pushed back again by the big Super Destroyer.
I just want to make sure Calhoun referees this right down the middle. You see, he's got his own special referee in here, don't you?
The words of Jimmy Hart. Super Destroyer with Lawler back on the ropes. Oh, off those ropes, he nailed him with a right fist. No doubt. Destroyer, right fist again. Lawler answers him with a right fist. Super Destroyer, not quite as big as Jimmy Hart described him, but he's big, all right. He's over 270. Right fist again in the corner, and Lawler comes back with a fist. Who's using it first, Jimmy? Hart blind to the fact that the Super Destroyer is using that fist first, but he's seeing it every time Lawler hits him with a fist. There he is again. He's answering him with a fist. Destroyer pounded Lawler down to the mat.
Look at him. He's down now, baby.
How about the fist he's using, Jimmy?
Come on. Come on. Come on, Destroyer. You got him, baby.
Again, right fist by the Destroyer.
Right there. The Super Destroyer.
Lawler back in the corner. Destroyer, right fist.
Calhoun can't save him now, baby.
Lawler was picked up and thrown across the ring by the Super Destroyer, and there's that right hand again. Flagrant use of the fist by Super Destroyer. The referee is warning him about it. There's a choke. He got Lawler right up in the air, and the hand wrapped around the throat, throws him down in the ring.
Yeah, I hear you.
We're 3 minutes into the
Not
action.
over with. He hadn't beaten him yet.
3 minutes gone, and it's mostly been Super Destroyer so far. Oh, Lawler knocked back into the ropes, through the ropes, out onto the apron. Super Destroyer down on the floor now. into the ring post.
Roll down, Dave.
Super Destroyer around here. Jerry Calhoun trying to stop him. Wait till he gets back in the ring. Into the ring post again. The referee trying to move Super Destroyer back. Jimmy Hart there, he's not any help at all. Lawler half in the ring, half out on the apron. Super Destroyer down on the floor.
Count him out.
Yeah. Well, Lawler back out on the floor now. And the Destroyer, with all that pounding with a fist, has got a cut opened up.
Boy, I mean, right on that eye.
Into the ring post again.
Yeah, he's going to get disqualified, too.
Destroyer with a fist. Coming up on the 5-minute mark.
Boy, his right eye is closed with blood, Dave.
What you used to be, if you look at it.
All right.
Super Destroyer, relentless. He's attacking Lawler. He's got his eye cut open.
Calhoun checking the cut. Where he slammed him into that ring post and has been banging him. He's cut. I didn't get a good look, Dave, but it looks like his eyelid is cut.
Oh, Jerry hanging on the middle rope and the top rope. Super Destroyer finally knocks him out onto the apron all the way.
How about our time?
We are very close to 6 minutes. 5 minutes, 50 seconds right now.
He's still got a long way to go. Referee Jerry Calhoun checking that eye again. And Lawler slumped back into the ring turnbuckles. What? Calhoun is stopping the match.
Yeah, he checked the eye and he said, stop it.
To get him back in the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun using his best judgment. I knew that the cut I thought was right on the eyelid, and his right eye is closed with blood streaming down in it out of that cut on the eyelid. And Jimmy Hart and the Super Destroyer go bopping out of here. And it's going to go down as an official win for the Super Destroyer over Jerry the King Lawler, Davey.
That's the way it'll be. The time on it was 6 minutes, 17 seconds, and at that point, referee Jerry Calhoun stopped it due to the cut on Lawler's eye.
Missed it just a moment ago in a situation where Hart had challenged Lawler to the Super Destroyer with the plum that if the Super Destroyer didn't beat him, that he would get a match right there in the ring with Jimmy Hart. Official verdict 6-something.
6-17.
6-17. The Super Destroyer got a win when the referee stopped it because of Jerry's eye that was cut right at the lid. And so the Super Destroyer gets the win. Super Destroyer has been involved in the relatively short time that he's been in here, Dave, as you well know, in a controversy. We had a situation recently right here on Championship Wrestling where he is using a hold that is a very close controversial thing to a pile driver. As a matter of fact, in one match he used this, and the referee's decision was that it was in fact a pile driver, and he disqualified him, stopped the match at that point. First, before we get into the information we have from the CWA on it, I want you to take a look at this videotape.
There's the tag on the Super Destroyer. So the first of the 3 super heavyweights coming in, Super Destroyer at 267, in there with Rick Morton. He holds onto the rope, and Ricky going up for a drop kick, his best chance to get him off the feet. Ricky hits it and hurts his back as he came down. And now look at the Super Destroyer. Grabs him by that hair, puts the head down, drops to his knees, and that is going to be a disqualification. Referee's judgment, he calls it a pile driver.
Yeah, and that is exactly what the referee has the power to do, make his decision on it. It's like stopping the bout in there, and he determined it as a pile driver. A protest was lodged with the CWA by Jimmy Hart, and in a letter here, which we're not going to take time to read the entire thing, in effect what the CWA said was that from the videotape, and after listening to all of the protest about the hold and listening to Jimmy Hart, his side of the particular hold in there, they call it a Super Destroyer, Super Paralyzer, and the CWA has said at this time they are not ready to outlaw it and determine it as a pile driver, but they will continue to monitor the situation, listen to any further protest on it. But as the situation turns out, it means that the loss that he had because of the disqualification on that thing is thrown out, and so the Super Destroyer at the moment is skating on very, very thin ice on that Super Paralyzer hold that he used. Jerry Lawler coming out. And Jerry, if we can, yeah, come on over here and sit down. Did you get the eye cleaned up? Well, I know it was a major disappointment. I must say that I think the referee had to use his judgment on it and stop the bout, because the cut it's down on, it's on the lid.
Well, let me just say this, Lance. I've had a lot of cut heads before, and I've had cuts over my eye before. And I want you to know, this will leave a scar that, you know, they don't wash away and they don't go away with time. I want Jimmy Hart to realize that every time I look at this, I have the scar from now till the day I die, and every time I look at this scar, I'll think of you, Hart, and your Super Destroyer. Now, I know that, Lance, you and the fans have seen me come out here a lot of times and rant and rave and scream and yell and want to add a match when I'm mad as heck at somebody, but I'm not going to be doing any screaming or yelling. But I am mad, Lance, but I'm mad mostly at myself today, because I want to say that I feel like I let a lot of people down. And I know you can say the guy is, you know, I don't know if he's 6'6", but he's big and he's strong and he's mean and he's tough.
He's all right.
Oh, well, that's true. I'll vouch for that. But I'm supposed to be the king, Lance. I'm supposed to be the good that overcomes all the evil, no matter how big and how mean and how tough it is. I want to say this. I know I got a lot of fans out there. I realize that. And I want to, thank you. So I know exactly how they're feeling right now, and I just want to say that, you know, I'm sure a lot of people say, well, he's on TV all the time. He's a celebrity or whatever. He's not a fan of anything, but I want the people to realize that I am just exactly like you are, and I have things that I like and things that I dislike, and I just want to tell a little story here in comparison. Something that happened to me earlier in the week, and can I have just a minute of time here?
Sure.
I just want to say, you know, Lance, and I don't know if any of the people realize it, but people are fans of wrestling. I'm a big fan, just to tell a little story, I'm a big fan of the Cleveland Browns football team. You know that. Mm-hmm. And I go to a lot of their football games in Cleveland and everywhere, watch them on TV, and I just want to say, last
last Sunday, I was watching the football game. They're playing the Denver Broncos. And it was a game that Cleveland really needed to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. At the end of the game, it was tied, so they had to go into overtime. And I'm sitting there watching it, and Cleveland got the ball. They're driving down the field, and it looked like they're going in for a score. And boy, I was happy, and I was excited, and I was standing up on every play. And just when it looked like they're going to score the winning touchdown, one of the Cleveland players fumbled the ball. Denver got it, and a couple of plays later kicked a field goal, and Cleveland lost the game. And I know I went at that time from being happy to being miserable, just like that. And you know, I went out to eat later on the evening, and I went to a movie, but I really didn't enjoy it because my team had lost. And you know, I saw the players' faces on the sidelines, and they all had their heads down, and especially the guy that fumbled the ball. You know, I felt bad for him because I knew how bad he was feeling. And at that time, I wished that, you know, I was wishing that maybe the cameras could go back in the locker room and you could see the players saying, you know, maybe one with a smile on his face or one saying, hey, the season's not over for us. We'll get them next week. But, of course, you know, the game was over and it just went to another show. And I felt bad about it. And the next day, I was at the box office of the Mid-South Coliseum. A little early, I went down, and a little black lady came over to me. She saw me there. She came over and she said, King, don't let them hurt you tonight because I cry when you lose. And I mean, that hit me like a shot because I realized at that moment that there are people out there that care enough about me, Lance, that when I hurt, they hurt, and when I lose, they lose. And these are the people that put the food on my table, and these are the people that put the clothes on my back, and they're the people that take the time out of their schedule to watch me on TV or pay their hard-earned money to come to see me wrestle. And these are the people that I owe everything to, and these are the people, Lance, that I let down today by losing this match. Yeah. But what I can say, wait just a second, where I have the opportunity that the football players didn't have, I can sit here right now, thanks to you, and I can tell my fans that the season's not over and that there will be another day. And what I want to do right now is I want to ask, I'm not screaming and I'm not ranting and raving, I want to ask Eddie Marlin that if this week, if he will add another match to the card with the same stipulations, me against the Destroyer, if I win, I get Jimmy Hart in the ring, then I want to tell, if he'll add that match, Lance, I just want to tell my fans that I won't let them down anymore, and they won't be disappointed in me again. That's all I got to say.
Well, okay, Jerry, I'll have to, of course, talk to Eddie about it, and we'll find out.
But he's up there in the ring. You see him right there along with referee Jerry Calhoun.
Make one thing and make it perfectly clear, Dream Machine. I told you you're not getting a match, and I'm not giving him one. I don't care. Dream Machine, you're at the bottom of the ladder, and that's where he's going to stay. He works his way up, which is going to be a long time.
All right, Dutch Mantell. Dutch headed up for the corner, and this match is one fall, 15-minute time limit. The Shadow weighs in at 203 pounds. Dutch Mantell from Oil Trough, Texas at 224. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Dutch Mantell making reference to the fact that Dream's sticking his head in there and hollering about him being chicken. Why didn't he give him a Southern Tag Championship return match?
Jimmy Hart up on the apron. Look at Dream Machine. Dream Machine nails Dutch Mantell. Got he's spraying on him. Hart holding him. Shadow holding him. Yellow paint.
Yeah, he comes in and hits him in the back of the head. It's incidental that Dutch wins it by disqualification. But he's spraying him with a can of yellow paint right down his back.
Here is Jimmy Hart with the former holder of the AWA Southern Heavyweight belt, the Dream Machine.
don't you start talking, because I'm going to tell you something, Dutch Mantell. I want all of you people out there to be proud of your champion, Dutch Mantell. But the way you got that belt, boy, you didn't have enough guts. You know, when I went down there, I was burning up with fever, 102 fever, and he tried to get me. Jimmy Hart, my manager, tried to get me. He says, Dream Machine, don't you go down there to face him because you're not able. I said, but I'm going because the man that I am, with the power that I have in my body, and I went down there to get in that ring to face him eyeball to eyeball. And what did you do, Dutch Mantell? You did not have enough brass on your face to come out where the rats are supposed to come out. You had to run around the building and come in the front door. Now, why did you have to do that? Because I'll tell you why, boy. Because you're gutless and you're chicken, and you know there's no way, come rain, sleet, hell, or snow, that you can beat me, because I did it all, brother. There's nothing in the world that I want to do, no place I want to go, and no place that I'm going back to. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't care. But Dutch Mantell, you're going to pay, baby. I'm going to be in your coffee. I'm going to be in your eggs and bacon. I'm going to be in your pancakes. I might even be... Oh, I don't even want to say where I might be, but I'm going to be there, brother, and I'm going to tell you, Dutch Mantell, you look at this face, and every face tells a story of pain, misery, and the blues, shucking, jiving, moving, and grooving. I did the barbed wire fence from hell and back, baby, and I've never feared any man that ever walked God's green earth, and I do not fear you. And Dutch Mantell, you are a chicken. I look up, and I see a hammer, I see a whip, and I'm knocked out, and I get up, and my manager tells me, he says, Dream, it's over. I say, how in the hell can it be over? And the bell ain't even rung, Dutch Mantell. But I'm looking at you, boy, and I'm going to be looking at you for a long time, because it'll never be over. And I got news for you, Bigfoot. I'm not scared of you, Turkey. I'm not scared of you, and I've never been scared of you. And I guarantee you, Jimmy, that I want him if it's any guts in your body. If you get behind these people, if these people are behind you, if you are a true champion like I was, you'll come out here and take that belt and hand it to me right on the platter and say, Dream Machine, this is your belt, baby. This is yours, and I stole it like a thief in the night that I was. Hallelujah. I stole it. I want him out here, Jimmy. Tell me right now if he's got it. You saw it. You was down there hooping and hollering. I'll tell you why Lance Russell is not here, because he was drinking. He was down there hooping and hollering with the rest of them idiots. I'm fired up, baby. I'm wired tighter than a Gibson guitar on a Friday night. And Dutch Mantell, I want your meat, baby.
Dream, I got something to tell you, darling.
Hallelujah.
He won't come out and give you a title shot, because Dutch Mantell called me this morning, and you know what he told me? He said, Jimmy Hart, I want back in the first family. He said, Jimmy Hart, I want to be back with the first family. And I said, well, Dutch, there's only one way to get back, brother, and that's to give my Dream Machine a title shot, and he's awfully mad at you. And he said, well, Jimmy, I'll do anything to get in the first family, but I ain't going to give the Dream Machine a title shot. And I said, well, Dutch, there's one other thing that you can do to get back in the first family, baby, and that's to wear the mark of a chicken. The mark of a chicken, Dutch Mantell. And he said, Jimmy, I will do anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm giving you the mark of a chicken, Dutch Mantell. Come here, Dutch Mantell. If you want to be back in the first family, come on out here then. Come on out.
Jimmy.
Look at him, baby. Look at him. There's the chicken. Look at him. Dirty Dutch Mantell back in the first family. Look at him. Come on, Dutch. Look at him. You wanted him, there he is, baby.
Not the mark of the devil, but the mark of the chicken. Now, Dutch Mantell, you take a look, boy, when you face your old lady, when you face them ugly kids you got, and you take a look at them every day, this is what you are, Dutch Mantell. This is what you are. This is what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to take you down, and I'm going to crush you, Dutch Mantell, and I'm going to look around, and I'm going to pull you out. I'm going to spit in your face, and I'm going to tell you what you mean. What do you mean? No. What is going to be, Dutch Mantell? Where are you at, boy? That's what I'm going to do. It's over. That's Dutch Mantell. That's your true champion. That's somebody you can be proud of.
Jimmy,
right there.
Let's get him out of here.
No, you shut up, baby. You went down there hooping and hollering for them.
More wrestling's coming up. We'll be back with you.
Understand that a whole new facet of the handsome Jimmy personality has come out, that you are now into the music business. Huh?
Handsome Jimmy wants some Action! Woo! Let's see, baby. I love it. You know, Daddy, Burt Reynolds and Sandy Fields just dropped Handsome Jimmy off at the studio this morning, Daddy. You know, I think Burt slipped that Handsome Jimmy a little something, baby, because Handsome Jimmy hasn't been able to close his baby blue eyes in 48 hours. I think the man gave Handsome something, and I feel good. I feel like doing it, Daddy. I feel like doing it just that, baby. Woo! I feel good this morning, baby. You know something? I heard Burt lean over to Sally. He said, Sally, let's watch Handsome Boogie Woogie. Woo! Daddy! I love it, baby. I love it, Daddy.
I know that you've had some of your intimate friends that you've told us about in the past in the music field, and I guess that had some kind of influence about Handsome Jimmy.
For sure, you know, Bob Seger and myself, Handsome, we just sold out Madison Square Garden, baby, 3 weeks ago. It's the record, Daddy. It's a record for our first indoor concert, baby. The gate was $340,000. They held 25,000 people indoor, baby. Bob Seger and Handsome Jimmy in concert. Whoa, baby! Do it, Daddy! You got a little clip right here, baby. I want to get it on. I just want to say something to all my ladies out there. Just be cool, baby. Lay back. Don't jump out of them pantyhose and dig it, Daddy.
Yeah, we do have some videotape. Look.
Daddy, you know the only place you can hear this record, Daddy, is where the music's at FM 100 with Ron Olson, Daddy. I want to say something right now, baby. This is what's happening. One shot of this record, Daddy. Baby, it's like taking a whole pound of Columbia gold. A whole pound, Daddy, and digging it, Daddy. Can you believe it, baby? Woo!
Joined by the king and the superstar.
That was great, Hanson. Very good, baby.
You know, King, you only say that, baby, because it's the gospel, Daddy. It's the gospel. It's the truth. This is what's happening, Daddy. Handsome. Woo!
Hanson, hey, come back there for a minute, Jack. Why don't... Listen. Hey, why don't you and the king get a concert going together, man? Hanson, Jimmy, and the king.
That'd be cool, baby. That'd be cool, you know. A concert with Hanson, Jimmy, and the King. I want to tell you what's happening. The King could start the show. He could play some of that hillbilly rock, you know, that Ernest Tubb. You know that Ernest Tubb? He's going like hillbilly heaven. And Handsome Jimmy come on and smoke, baby. He can smoke, Daddy. He can smoke it something like Meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad with Bobby Singer. Woo! That's it, baby. I know.
Take the opportunity to tell you that it was... It was, for the fans, a great, great night when you all won the Southern Tag title. But you've got, in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Coliseum, you've got yourself a tremendous...
Before we get into that, we're going to polish the belts up, and we're taking them down to Selma, Tennessee. That's walking tall country, right? I'm going to walk around with tippy toe so I don't feel out of place.
Okay. We're going to be in Selma tonight. We're going to be over there tonight. Yeah, let me just say, this is a great situation for Bill and I to be in. We won the titles last week. We were very fortunate to do that. Now, the first thing we heard, that was Monday night, the first thing we heard Tuesday morning, the promotion called us and said, well, the bounty hunters naturally want a return match. And we said, well, we don't really have to give them one, do we? They said, no, you don't. At least not for 30 days. You don't have to give anybody one. So we got to thinking. They said, but they want one really bad. And I told Bill, I said, you know, we may just give them that match, but let's add a little stipulation on there. Chuck Malone has been in everybody's hair, so we decided to get in his hair. We told the promotion, if they want that match bad enough, if they want us to put up those belts, then Chuck Malone will have to put up his hair. And do you know that idiot agreed to do it? So what's going to happen down there Monday night? You're talking about Chuck Malone packing his bags and leaving. What's going to happen Monday night in Memphis is this. He will probably leave because nobody is going to be able to stand the humiliation that he's going to suffer. He's going to get beat by a woman, and then he's going to have his head shaved, and after that, nobody will be able to show their face around.
He said he's going to be down there, so I know that. Handsome Jimmy, yes, sir.
You know, I got a hell of an idea, Daddy. I got a hell of an idea, baby. You know, Handsome Jimmy, the hottest thing, baby, in the world, baby. You know, this is Star Wars, mama. You know, everybody wants to pay to see Handsome Jimmy, and what I want right now, I want to talk to the Kingfish. You know, Kingfish, and I want to talk to Superstar, my partner, Superstar. Can you imagine Handsome Jimmy, Superstar, and Kingfish in the same ring at the same time with, baby, Chuck Malone and the Bounty Hunters? What do you think about that, Star?
That's a great idea, and I believe we'd like to do that. But listen, hey, Handsome, will you just listen for a minute? Come back to us for 1 minute. It's a title match. That means you can't have a 6-man title match, right? And the main thing we want is to scalp Chuck Malone, and we can't do that in a 6-man tag, or you won't have it because the belt is on the line, and that's the only reason he'll put his hair on the line, right?
Hey, brother, if that's the only thing you're worried about is Chuck Malone losing his hair, you know, Handsome Jimmy will pull him bald-headed, Daddy. I'll take his hair one at a time, Daddy. I'll pull the man. Forget shaving the hair. Kingfish, do it, Daddy. Do a little pull. You got a lot of pull here, baby. You got some pull, Daddy. So pull Handsome Jimmy in on the main event, Daddy.
Handsome, just like, you know.
Some things he doesn't understand.
He's putting me on the spot here. Yeah. See, here's what we're trying to say, Handsome. You're putting me in the middle and on the spot. Like Bill said, I'd love it. It'd be a great main event. But it's a title match. If we don't put up the titles, Chuck Malone's not going to put up his hair, so we're going to have a 4-man tag.
We mean 4-man tag, man. I said I want a 6-man tag. This is what's happening. The people deserve a 6-man tag. They want to see a 6-man tag. This is what's happening. You know what, Kingfish? I think I feel a little jealousy here. I think I feel... Hey, Shortwig, go play with some short people. I think I feel a little jealousy here, Kingfish. I think I feel just a little, you know, I'm getting some bad vibes. You know, I'm getting some bad vibes from Kingfish here, baby.
Maybe later they can get this thing together and talk about a 6-man or something like that.
What we're trying to do, Handsome, is trying to tell you that we are the tag team champions. We're going to defend the belts. not in a 6-man tag, but in a 4-man tag. There's no jealousy. Your music was great, baby. I'll be the first one to admit it. It was fine. There's no jealousy, but we can't have a 6-man match and get his hair at stake. And I think the people want to see Chuck Malone bald-headed more than they want to see a 6-man tag, so that's what we're going to give them.
You know, Kingfish, and I want to tell you something right now, very honestly. I think you hold something against Handsome Jimmy. I think, baby, every time since Handsome Jimmy hit Memphis, I think since I hit Memphis, Tennessee, Daddy, you know, Handsome Jimmy's the hottest property, Daddy, since Coca-Cola, baby. And I want to say something. I feel a little tension because, you know, the Kingfish is not as popular as it used to be because all the people dig Handsome Jimmy now. You understand? This is what's happening now, baby. Handsome Jimmy's what's happening now. You know, just a few months Handsome Jimmy's been in Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, already Handsome Jimmy's got his own candy store. Go by, they say, Handsome Jimmy, since you get some free candy, fans. Do it for Handsome Jimmy, baby. That's Overton Square, Daddy. This is what's happening, baby.
You think we're trying to cut you out of the main event, right? What your problem is, Handsome, is we can't cut you out of something you weren't cut in on to begin with. You're not in the main event. We're the main event. What the problem is, you're on a preliminary match. Do you know what a preliminary match is? That's where the promoters put preliminary wrestlers. That's where you are. That's the whole problem.
Let me tell you the whole thing right now. I know exactly what it is, Daddy. You know you are jealous of Handsome's body, Daddy. You are jealous of my old lady, Daddy. You are jealous of my records, baby. You know FM 100 plays my records, and they request it daily, Daddy. They request it every minute, baby. You are jealous, Daddy. You are jealous, baby. That's what's happening, Kingfish. You are jealous, you're sick, man. You're very sick, baby.
Let me tell you something, Handsome Jimmy. I'm not jealous of you because let me tell you just exactly what you are. No, you guys don't have to come out here. We'll settle this right now. It ain't no way I'm going to be jealous of a big fag-looking jerk like you. You got bleach blonde hair. You got those long, goofy handlebar mustache. You got a tattoo painted on that queer ear of yours. And you got one fingernail painted silver. Now, what's that for? Huh? You think I'm jealous of you? You're crazy.
You're right, Daddy. I want to tell you what this is for, baby. This thumbnail is painted because Handsome hitchhikes at night. And this is nothing. This thumb is nothing, Daddy, because you ought to see my toes.
Yeah, you hitchhike at night. You know why you hitchhike at night? I don't think you hitchhike at night. Ever since you've been down in Memphis, as you like to call it, from the Big Apple, you bum rides off of me and Dundee. You didn't even bring a car down here. We have to haul your butt around, and you call about hitchhiking at night. You don't hitchhike nowhere.
I want to tell you something, baby, right now. This is what's happening, Daddy. Handsome Jimmy's what's happening, baby. I want to tell you something right now. You did this boy wrong. You did this man wrong right here, your own flesh and blood. Your old lady's got skinny legs, and your old lady's got skinnier legs, Daddy.
Let me tell you something, man. The only thing you've done since you've been in Memphis is screwed up this boy's mind. You know what I did for him? I did nothing for him because that's what he needed done for him. He needed to make it on his own. What'd you do? You come along, you got his hair bleached out blonde. He looks like a fag just like you. You screwed his mind up. He don't know which way he's going because he's got his nose stuck so far up your rear end that you don't know where he's
come on now. Let's
You just keep my name out of it, okay?
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Stick with him. He's your real pal here. Look at him. Look what he's done for you.
You're nothing, Daddy. You're garbage, baby. You're garbage, Daddy. If you want to prove this, Daddy, get in that ring right now, baby. We'll prove this right now.
No, we ain't nowhere, baby.
It's good, yeah. Take him on that. Looking forward to this match coming up.
Match. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one all week. Tag team match.
The superstar coming in here, his partner, the King, and they are going against internationally known, the fabulous Freebirds. We had a little glimpse of them, or at least one of them a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Perry Gordy and his partner, Michael Hayes. Here comes Gordy, big 285, 290-pounder. And with him is Michael Hayes. Still got the towel.
You ready for this, baby?
If you're ready for it.
You people are all ready for this. Can you get a camera over here? Hey, Get a camera over here. You want me to come over here and run the camera?
Okay, we're ready.
Get a camera. Have you got all your friends? Have you got all your neighbors around the TV? If you don't say I didn't warn you. Now, before I do this, I want all you women to sit down, just have a seat. And if you're over 60, would you please leave the room? We don't want to have no injuries around here. Now, hey, can we get a camera over here?
Yeah, the camera's up. We're ready.
Can I have this camera right here? Can you get a close-up on this thing when I take it off?
Terry Gordy in the direction business right now, standing.
Okay, when I take the towel off his head, what I want you to do is just follow the towel up.
Terry, come on back over here with me and introduce him, if you will. Are you ready?
Okay,
we are
here
ready.
It goes.
Michael
the prettiest
Hayes.
man in the world right here today, baby.
Okay.
You're getting to see this right here on TV. Okay, wait. You sure you got a good shot now?
They got a good shot, Terry.
Okay,
Believe
now
it. They got a good
follow
shot.
the tail up, all right?
Yeah, okay.
If you can't do it, I will.
Okay, Terry, the directions are pretty clear. I think
Okay.
they can handle it up there.
Okay, here it goes.
There it is, Michael Hayes, the other half of the fabulous Freebird.
You look at it, baby. You look at it, prettier hair than Farrah Fawcett, more moves than John Travolta, more romance than Robert Redford. Baby, I could go on for days and weeks, but we ain't got all that time. Now I want you women to sit down, because here I'm fixing to take off this $1 million role, baby. And I don't want you to have no heart attacks or nothing. Now, Terry, if you will, assist me, baby, as I let it slide on down, baby. And you see this beautiful body, I want you to know that beauty has entered your television. Beauty has entered your home. Beauty has entered everywhere, baby. Now let me introduce you. We are the fabulous Freebirds. We are the greatest team in wrestling, baby. We stop for nobody, and we stop everybody. Every territory we've ever been to. Now get that camera on this body. I want you to look at this hair. I want you to look at this face. I want you to know, I want you to remember the time and the place, baby. Because we are the hot childs of the city. He do run wild, and I do look pretty. And when we come to your town, if we ever do, I want you to know it's going to be a happening, baby. It's going to be something. So if we come to your town, we want you there. Now, let me tell you something. It's like the man said. If you can bust this pretty face, if you can mess up these looks legally, but it's punks like them right there, when the going gets tough, they got to revert to cheating, baby. And when you do, this man here, he's there to take up the slack. I want you to know this. Now, don't you forget the name, the fabulous Freebirds, baby, because we're here to stay and we don't play.
That's right, so I want you to just sit down right here, baby, and I want you to work this match. It's going to be a bad case of POD pandemonium.
Oh, baby.
Right. Okay, Terry, if we can get the fabulous Freebirds in the ring. I think our time is up, Dave. We don't have...
Almost,
I'm
yeah.
kidding about that. No, help yourself. Just right there, anything to get us up into action in there. We were here for the unveiling of Michael Hayes. Today's pretty people, you better believe it. Climbing in there, Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes, and Dundee and Lawler have been standing up there waiting, kind of amused at all of the characteristics going on. How about the introduction, Davey?
This match to the expiration of time. Team with the most falls to their credit when the time expires wins the match. Introducing at a total of 525 pounds on the left of your screen, from California, the fabulous Freebirds, Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes. Going against them in this match at a total of 458 pounds, from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. This match to the expiration of time, referee Jerry Calhoun.
Well, bell time. We've heard them talk. Let's see if they can wrestle now, Dave. Okay?
Indeed. Boy, they talked for several minutes there, no doubt about it. Michael Hayes starting for the Freebirds. Bill Dundee starting for his team. Hayes, proud of himself, yeah. Hayes with a side mare, puts Dundee on the mat again. Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes' partner, over in the corner, with encouraging words and praise for a job well done. Hayes, he drew back that right hand, and the King was there. The King grabs Michael Hayes after the tag by Bill Dundee. Hayes puts Lawler into the turnbuckle hard. Hayes over to the corner. The tag on Terry Gordy. Gordy, a big guy. Lawler firing a right hand. Oh, did Lawler nail it? He put Gordy on the mat. Gordy spinning around. Went to the wrong corner briefly. Yeah, well, Michael Hayes complaining about Lawler's use of the fist. Tag made. Here comes Michael Hayes. Hayes puts a bar on Jerry Lawler's left arm. Crowd chanting for the King to go. King is back on his feet. Michael Hayes backed into the turnbuckles by the King. Whoop, reversal. Nice move by Michael Hayes. Put Lawler into the corner hard. Hayes gets the tag, and here comes Terry Gordy. Lawler off the rope. Oh, Terry Gordy caught it with his foot right in the midsection. Gordy, a break called on him. Possible choke. The referee, Jerry Calhoun, made him give up the hold. He makes the tag. Here is Michael Hayes back in. Hayes in with a right hand. Lawler's right shoulder is not on the mat. The referee does not start the count. Lawler on his feet. Michael Hayes still holding onto the headlock, but Lawler puts him into the rope. Ooh, wrong shoulder butt coming off the rope. Good move, Jerry Lawler. Lawler back to the corner. The tag on the superstar. Michael Hayes takes the opportunity to get out of the ring. Terry Gordy jumped in. Whoa, Dundee. Boy, he let him have it with a double forearm. Hayes is the official man in the ring. Dundee covers him one. Count of one is all he can get. Hayes able to break it up at that point. There's a tag. Here's Terry Gordy. Ooh, Hayes flipped Dundee straight up in the air. Gordy drops him down across the knee. Cover, 1, 2. Down at 3, that was it, yeah. Jerry Lawler got there, but just a fraction of a second too late to prevent the count of 3. And Gordy and Hayes got themselves the first fall of this expiration of time match.
Did you see that backdrop maneuver? He fired him right over, and Hayes caught him in midair, slammed him down,
That's
put him
right,
under.
baby, Bruce Strength. That's my brother. Not related by blood, related by money. Something more important. Terry Gordy, the master disaster.
Master disaster, Terry Gordy and his partner, Michael Hayes. They are for real.
They are
Boy,
indeed.
they not only can talk, but they can put it out in that ring, too. Okay, that's just the first fall, though. This is an expiration of time match. We got plenty of time for it. We're going to take time out right now. We're going to be back with more action in just a moment. Surprising, and maybe that is not the case in terms of Gordy and Hayes. Maybe they're not surprised. But the team of Lawler and Dundee, one fall down as this expiration of time match continues. Bill and Jerry talking very earnestly over there. And coming back in, jubilant smiles upon their face, Michael Hayes and Big Terry Gordy. Popping back up to the ring. Bell time, and here we go. The superstar, Bill Dundee, going against the larger of the two, Terry Gordy. Gordy right away moves in behind Dundee. Catches him with a broad arm from behind and stomping on him right at the rope. Referee trying to back him up. Tag. Hayes takes over. The fabulous Freebirds, they call themselves. Dundee up. Body slam. And Michael Hayes back with an elbow. Catches Dundee on the way down. Hard. Tag. Terry Gordy. Gordy back in. Flat of the foot. That is, he's not using the toes, so the referee has no call to stop him. Whip into it. Big backdrop. Whoa. Gordy drops again. They're one fall up already. They're trying to make it 2 quick ones. From behind, reverse face lock. Hayes hanging him. Jerry Lawler much too far away to make a tag. He's reaching as far as he can, but Billy has got to get a lot closer in there with that reverse chin lock that Hayes has on him. Dundee fires him across the ring, but he can't make it to the corner. Hayes quickly right on top of him. Bill Dundee moves in, and he got confused for a minute. He started to reach, but to the wrong corner. Tag from Hayes to Gordy. Quick exchange as Hayes comes out. Gordy goes in. The elbow. Dundee fired into the ropes with that whip as he came off. Gordy nailed him. Looked like a fist to me, and the referee thought so. He warned him about it. Body slam. Pulls down his knee pad and drops with the bare knee and picks Dundee up, goes into that reverse face lock again. Still, Dundee well away from his partner, Jerry Lawler. Tag on Michael Hayes. Hayes coming in. Not only are these guys got good weight on them, Dave, they're tall enough where they can really reach across that ring and take advantage of that tag from halfway out in the ring almost.
And sound tag team strategy too. You gotta give them that. They've been able to keep Dundee away from the corner, away from the King, who's waiting to get in there.
They're making good, quick exchanges too, so that they keep the freshest of the men in there. Dundee fired over the shoulder. Gordy once again. He asked to break it up. I think it must have been hair. Tag on Hayes. But Gordy, meanwhile, holding Dundee so he can't get over to Lawler. Right straight over the shoulder, and Michael Hayes in control. They've had Bill down this entire fall. This is the second fall in case you just joined us. And the action has been all Hayes and Gordy with Dundee. Lawler has yet to make it into the ring. Bill firing that elbow with a shoulder. Stays in and takes an elbow, and Hayes put him down.
Mistake. He should have gone for the tag when he broke free.
Knowing Bill's determination, I'm sure that he irritated enough at the beating they've been giving him. He wanted to dish out a little bit of it, but you're right, Davey. That'd have been the time to go for the tag on the King. Bill being held down by large Terry Gordy. And Dundee undergoing a very unpleasant fall as Gordy and Hayes, living up to their notice coming in here as one of the top international tag teams. Tag on Hayes. Dundee trying to break his way through that time, but Gordy got him from the front. Here comes Lawler. Lawler pegs him. Knocks him right off the ring apron, and he's telling the referee it was 2-on-1. Dundee, meanwhile, being held on the rope. And from the outside, Gordy pasted him one. Billy popped over in a body slam again. And as Dundee rolls out of the way, Hayes misses a dropped elbow, but Bill can't make it to the corner once again.
5 minutes gone in the second fall.
5 minutes into that second fall of action. First ball went to Gordy and Hayes. Dundee drives him in the corner. tries to turn to go back to the corner where Lawler is. And Hayes successful in heading him off at the pass. Bam! Nailed Gordy from behind. By Gordy from behind. Oh, yeah. Billy nailed him hard with that foot. Coming to the corner and tags the King. Here's the exchange. Lawler in. First time. Slams those heads together. Lawler suplex. Takes Big Terry Gordy over. Count of one. Gordy kicks out. There, right over the shoulder, down, and he stomps with the flat of the foot, nails Hayes with the elbow, and turns his attention back to the legal man in the ring, Terry Gordy. Gordy and Hayes now feeling a little of the wrath of the King, with his partner, the Superstar, getting recuperated. Lawler hanging with an arm bar in there on Terry Gordy. Well away from the corner where Michael Hayes is trying to get him over for a tag. Lawler may have been guilty of using a hair. There's a tag on Dundee, and Billy coming back at him. Hayes starts to come in. Dundee off that rope. Billy once again. And Big Terry Gordy down on his back as Dundee now picks him up for a body slam. Again, Dundee coming back one. Bill thrown off after the count of one, and Gordy does get to the corner and makes a tag on Michael Hayes. Tag. Oh, Lawler, a beauty coming off the rope. Dandy, Dave. No doubt about it, using fist, and the referee tells him, break it up, break it up. Tag, Dundee, once again in. Sunset flip, 1, 2, 3, he got it. All right.
Oh, yes. Boy, the tide turned there when Lawler got in finally after they had kept Dundee in for about 3 or 4 minutes of that first fall. But when they got in and they were able to get their offense going, boy, the King and the Superstar really cranked it out there, and good timing. They got it 7 minutes, 53 seconds as they had good exchanges going for them in there.
Gordy examining the lovely face of Michael Hayes that took some shots from Lawler and Dundee. And from one fall up, they are now no better than even, just the way they started the entire thing, Dave. Gordy and Hayes started off in great shape. Gordy spun behind Dundee, nailed him with a broad arm, put him to his knees, and they continued to hammer on Bill Dundee a long time, as a matter of fact. They kept, as you so accurately pointed out, one of the things that they did was keep Dundee away from the corner where Lawler was, so that there was no way in the world he was going to get over there and tag out on it. And they kept him in there. They kept pounding on him for almost, what, 6 minutes or so, something like that.
At least 4, 4.5, I recall, and a long time.
And finally, Bill shook loose, was able to get over and tag Jerry Lawler, and Jerry came in very fresh. He was frustrated. I was watching him over in the corner, trying to get out, leaned, hollering to Bill.
Halfway down the apron.
Yeah, he was trying to get a tag out of it. Couldn't get in there, and when he got a tag coming in, he really came firing in firing. One of the things that is an earmark of this team right here, we're talking about Lawler and Dundee, is that ability to recuperate. And Dundee out there rolled out. He was in tough shape at that point, but he came when Lawler tagged him back. He tagged him back, and Bill came in there with an absolute abandon, man, and he really went at it, and he was doing his share. Came off the ropes a couple of times, and A little here and
in
there.
the first fall, everybody, and especially Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, learned that the team of the Freebirds is for real. As we mentioned, they're a tough tag team. In the second fall, I think maybe Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy learned that King and a Superstar are for real too, because they really came back at it.
Yeah, that's for a fact. And they were down in the second fall too. Billy was hurt to the point where it looked like Gordy thought at one point that he had 2 straight falls real quick in there as they went on it.
Good point. That's going to mean it's back to like nothing ever happened. It's 1-1 now, so this third fall is going to be for all the marbles here.
Well,
maybe.
We'll check our time and see if we've got the time for a third fall. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is take time out, and we will be back in just a moment.
Page full of action coming up around the Mid-South. Tonight, and Lawler on their way in. Dundee jumps into the ring. He's going after Michael Hayes. And the referee says, let's sound the bell and get it underway, which is fine with us. 1 fall apiece. First fall went to Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy, I'm sorry. The second fall then to Lawler and Dundee. Dundee puts Hayes on the mat. We got about 3 minutes in our time limit. 3 minutes before time expires. The tag made into King with a right hand to the rib cage. Michael Hayes being worked on by Jerry Lawler. His partner Terry Gordy over in the corner. Bill Dundee went in with a forearm. Hayes off the ropes. Dundee around behind it. It's Terry Gordy in from out there and smacks Bill in the back. King calling to Bill. Come on for the tag. Bill was on his way, but stopped before he could get there for the tag on Lawler. Hayes on the middle rope. We have about 2 minutes left in the time.
Lawler way down from that top rope. He came flying.
Lawler in there to break it up at the 2 count. That was very close to a pin for Michael Hayes. Gordy off the rope. Boy, Hayes and Gordy were talking about people bending the rules. Gordy holding Dundee from behind. Lawler in here.
Minute and a half, Dave, remaining at our expiration of time. Still time for a fall.
Hayes picks Dundee up by the hair, tags Terry Gordy. Gordy off the rope, across the back with a forearm.
One minute to go in our expiration of time, David.
Dundee rolls toward the corner. He gets the